is Hasan Piker a fake socialist? I saw this immediately pop up on my YouTube algo, which is pretty funny because one, I'm subscribed to North Star Radio, but I think like even if I wasn't, it still would have popped up on my YouTube timeline, partially because like YouTube loves serving me videos that have this exact same title but with like 100 views from a random account that is like, you know, trying to make a name for themselves and make a living, which I appreciate North Star utilizing to at least like correct the record on some shit. I suspect I haven't watched this video yet, but this is a friend of the show / HasanAbi head making a video called "Is Hasan Piker a Fake Socialist?" We're gonna start off with this one. I recommend
today's broadcast is brought to you by viewers like you. Become a member today and unlock exclusive content at patreon.com/NorthstarRadio. Hasan Piker, that rich Hollywood socialist who just can't seem to stay out of trouble.
The radical left seems to be getting more depraved every day. Now, the latest display, the Young Turks contributor, Hasan Piker, going on this vulgar rant, mocking wounded war vet, Congressman Dan Crenshaw.
He's found himself once again in some very hot water. And I'm not talking about a bath, because that guy stinks.
You've been clip chimped and people are acting like you said streaming is harder than other jobs. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am going to video game myself.
So who is Hasan Piker? And does he actually live by the socialist lifestyle he preaches on a daily basis to thousands of blue-haired tankies?
Fuck no. Ah.
Hasan Piker grew up in Turkey to a wealthy and educated family. To be fair, they were wealthy by Turkey standards, but they were still privileged nonetheless. Does that sound very socialist to you? He was reportedly picked on in his adolescence for his heavy weight and lack of exercise.
We're both former fat kids.
Yeah.
Well, I knew that about him.
Current fat kid.
No,
but you're not fat.
Current fat kid, but thank you.
So in that regard, he was very socialist, participating in the laziness that socialism encourages. Hasan Piker is an anchor baby, a phenomenon in which parents will give birth to their child in the United States in order to grant them birthright citizenship.
Wait, it says you were born in New Jersey? That's slander.
No, that's real.
You were born in New Jersey?
No, that is real. I'm an anchor baby.
This caused an obsession in the mind of young Hasan Piker, an obsession with the heart and engine of Western civilization in the capitalist world entirely, the United States of America.
How is it that you're very, like, your English is...
American TV. Like, I read English books when I was growing up. I was a weeb for America, okay? I was an America boo. Like, that's part of the reason why it was so easy for me to assimilate to the culture here in the past 10 years that I've been here, 11 years that I've been here now, because I was just always obsessed with American culture, watched as many TV shows as I possibly could in Turkey.
After studying both at University of Miami...
Bro, it's not a microaggression when the person asking me is literally Hila Klein. That's not, it's a microaggression if you're talking to someone from Kentucky. And even then, I don't really give a shit. It's more of a microaggression when Austin is like, wow, your English is so good. Someone who is also very clearly foreign and still has an accent. Like the question there in that moment, especially considering it's an interview setting, is literally to be like, it's impressive. How did you do it?
Miami and then Rutgers University because he was partying too much while in Miami. Hasan Piker stayed in the United States and found a job thanks to nepotism. His uncle, Cenk Uygur, one of the founding members of the Young Turks, brought Hasan on to work in the network's ad sales, and after a short while became producer and host of his own show, The Breakdown.
Hi, Tucker Carlson's white pilling your dads every night.
Happy Monday. Kanye West is having an extended normal one. Socialism makes me sad. Alexa, play Venezuela.
Hasan Piker soon garnered a fan base of his own, who coined the infamous nickname Woke Bae.
Was that good, guys?
Not enough hashtag use. Hashtag abs, hashtag model, hashtag woke bae.
Hasan, you'll never really be woke bae until you go vegan.
Hasan Piker. They're calling him woke bae on the internet.
Really?
Like because all the girls think he's gorgeous, but he's also like super political.
With his newfound fame...
I don't even know what that clip is. Yo, this dude went deep, okay? He found clips that I don't even know about.
He began Twitch streaming to a small but ever-growing audience. He enjoyed Twitch streaming because to him it meant freedom, especially in comparison to the small but mighty corporate media production he was a part of at the Young Turks. It all changed, however, on the ever-fateful day, August 21st, 2019.
Oh my god. That was Bert Kreischer's podcast? Really? That's crazy.
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
We're there to partner with them.
Like we totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We did.
Why do your haters love displaying your W's? This is not a hater, dude. This is 100% portrayed as a hater video, and it's just a lore video. It's a lore video from a HasanAbi head who knows more about this shit than I do, like literally.
In a video game, whatever, hypothetically, politically, we did, man. We did. Holy shit. Look at the way that this dip is running his mouth, justifying genocide right now. Like, how is anything I'm saying controversial? Like, we fund the people who did 9/11 still to this day. What the?
It's so interesting because that very famous America deserved 9/11 moment unironically comes from me criticizing Dan Crenshaw about Saudi Arabia doing a genocide in Yemen, which is really, really wild that like so many people who just found out about the country, the nation of Yemen, like tweeting all these things about why we have to bomb Yemen, maybe even fans of mine back in the day, and unironically we're advocating for the 9/11 quote and being like, yeah, dude, what the fuck? Like, he's right. So many of the information is just not retained by any of these people.
What is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some mujahideen, a brave soldier, his eye hole with their... Isn't that how he lost?
Okay, would fucking move through this part? Okay, all right, there it is. All right, we're back. Fun stuff, dude. I have some fucking awesome moments, dude. God, I love streaming so much. I disavow, but I don't disavow. God damn, dude. I just fucking I have such banger moments. Let's continue.
I know you've been a bit in the news recently as well. I want to address real quickly. You made some comments that got a lot of pickup talking about 9/11, saying that Americans deserved 9/11. This was something you said on a Twitch stream that was very long, had a lot of other stuff in it. You deleted it and said that that was probably not the best way of saying that. You also made a comment about Dan Crenshaw, the Republican congressman who had an eye injury in war.
So you said America deserved 9/11.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Really? This is the guy you're fighting for? This is the guy who's supposedly anti-violence? Anti-war? Are you kidding me? From this point onward, not only did Hasan Piker receive immense amount of media coverage and death threats, but his co-workers were also the recipients of several threats of harm. And for that reason, thanks to his large following on Twitch, Hasan Piker was able to leave the Young Turks and pursue a full-time career in Twitch streaming.
Yeah, I don't know. I've kind of gone on and off with Ben Shapiro. But I like Steven Crowder. I like Dr. Robert Malone, Hank Pecker. There's a lot of different streamers and media outlets that I think do push a more like you should be able to choose what you want.
Dude, what the fuck was I wearing, bro? What the fuck was I... Dude, you guys ripped on me quite a bit. I really have improved my fucking fit game. Like, I really do try now. Yo, during this, like, did long COVID break my brain or something? Do I have long COVID? Like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, I was so bitchless, so swagless. At first, it looks normal before I stand up. This is not the major point here, but god damn, son. I'm literally looking at myself. I'm like, okay, that's a normal fit. And then I stand up and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? That's so unacceptable. Oh! Are you fucking joking? No! Dude, he's so good. He's so fucking good. Oh. Trumpo season. Oh, these are from Reconstruct. They're like Realtree. They're Realtree camo pants that have a bunch of crazy. Okay, this fit I stand by though. That one I stand by. That was actually decent. Oh, what the
is my head in this, dude? Why did you do that?
After working at the Young Turks and being known as Woke Bae by his own audience, it's self-explanatory that his politics lean quite heavily to the left, and he doesn't try to hide it.
Everywhere Marxism has been tried, it has left death and destruction in its way.
So right. Unlike capitalism, which is no deaths. Never forget, if famine, food shortages happen under a communist organization, that is because of communism's failure. But of course, people like the 14 million people that die every year as a consequence of famine, when capitalism has created a surplus of food, an abundance of food, those people are dying because they don't have their bootstraps. Okay? That's it. Remember, communism responsible for any death and all deaths. Capitalism responsible for no deaths. I have made the greatest argument of all time. There you go. You can't deny it. That's the best argument, dude.
But Hasan wasn't always upfront about his political leanings, even going as far as to purposefully leave out terms like socialism or communism when talking about his politics.
Do you use the word liberal? I'm not even sure how to describe it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider. I don't consider myself a liberal, but in the American political lexicon, I guess like I'm super liberal. That's what Americans think liberalism is. Like the more left you are, the more liberal you are. Even though there is a genuine distinction between the leftist and the liberal, but yeah, I'm progressive. I guess that's the catch-all term.
I like progressive.
Yeah.
Notice how I'm hiding. Oh my God. I should have just kept it going, man. I should have just kept saying to everybody, oh, I'm just a fucking, I don't know. I don't know what I am. Don't worry about it. Just listen to what I'm saying. Oh God. It's just like immediately. First of all, it is not a mark of shame to be a socialist. Okay. I do not believe that. No, I wasn't shy about it. I just knew that like that automatically closes so many doors for people because of the infinite amount of Red Scare propaganda. People are positioned against it like they still have an existing socialism out there that they hate.
So why would he hide this? Some might argue that he was doing so in order to garner a larger fan base and audience, because terms like socialism may be off-putting to someone who might otherwise agree with his analysis, having not heard the term socialism. Or he's simply trying to hide his politics because the lifestyle he's been living ever since entering the United States, the engine of the capitalist world, has been nothing but lavish, luxury, and fame.
Why does it close doors to people? Only because of the propaganda? Yes, Americans are very stupid. And also, many stupid people need like comfortable contextualizations to understand concepts. And a really, really easy way to just portray you as a villain is by being like socialist, applying a shit ton of standards to socialism that nobody fully understands in a country where you are literally directly supposed to not learn about it. And then they go, see these standards I made up for you that everyone also believes is the standards that we've all collectively decided socialism is? You don't abide by those principles, so you must be fake. And there's really nothing you can do about it. Like I had a 3-hour debate with Trainwrecks where he did that like consistently, and I went through points of reference and explained to him these concepts and how it's wrong, and it doesn't matter because people still repeat it. You cannot overcome propaganda that is positioned to uphold pre-existing social constructs that are defined by the material conditions that we exist under. That's how it is. Like an example would be like if you grow up in the fucking South and you get a Southern public school education, your understanding of the war of Northern aggression is going to be very different than someone who actually understands the history of the Civil War. You're going to probably find yourself thinking that maybe it was the North that fucked up. Maybe the South simply wanted to do states' rights. States' rights to do what? Well, don't ask that question. Just states' rights, because like that is deliberately created. That's deliberately crafted propaganda by the Daughters of the Confederacy and is taught in school. So you don't know any better. These are institutions that you trust. They would never lie to you. Of course, you learned, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like there's a common enemy out there in the North. These libtards that are lying to you about like being woke and saying that the Civil War was fought over slavery. Like, what the fuck? I didn't learn that at school, and I trust my school. That is basically the long and convoluted way to say that it is infinitely better if you are seeking propaganda purposes, and part of that is like obviously getting people to be charitable to what you're saying. And I had that charitability for the first 4 years of my career, and it was slowly picked away by people who go, socialist hypocrite, socialist hypocrite, socialist but wealthy, fuck this guy. And it was also a lot of dumbasses who are also ostensibly on the left, who are going through their own baby leftist stuff in the post-Bernie, that also leaned into it. And their understanding of socialism is also guided by capitalist thinking. Anyway, he's baiting the haters into a very good video overall, so I like this.
I'm just living the billionaire lifestyle.
Hasan Piker has a history of hypocrisy, and his latest scandal is no exception, where he likened Twitch streaming to the hardest job in the world. We'll touch on that in a little bit. As mentioned earlier, Hasan Piker, an outspoken, peace-loving anti-fascist, the ultimate oxymoron, had some choice words to say about 9/11 to a decorated war veteran.
What the fuck is wrong with this dude? Didn't he go to war and like literally lose his eye because some
Okay. Beep, beep, beep. Okay.
Hasan Piker bought a mansion in West Hollywood for $300 million. And as we all know, socialism is a poverty cult. So whoever is closest to poverty while also participating in activism is the person who is doing the most socialism. Not very humble of you, Hasan Piker. I'm being told the home was actually $2.7 million and not $300 million. And although that's a pretty standard price for a home in Los Angeles, if Hasan Piker really wanted to participate in socialism, he would go live on Skid Row, because that's socialism in action. In December of 2021, Hasan Piker, while sitting in the
Dude, it's so funny because, like, this is literally what people say. You can't argue with morons. Like, you really can't. Like, he's doing this as a bit. Yeah, he does these, like, bait videos where he baits my haters, where he will bait my haters into, watching his videos. It's awesome. And he just pumps them full of fucking pro-socialist propaganda. It's great. He's farming them.
Comfort of his own mansion, used one of the most disgusting racial slurs known to man, one that digs deep into the hearts of many. And I am no exception.
You dumb crap.
I think we're gonna have to bleep that. Language like that will not be tolerated here on North Star Radio. This is a family-friendly broadcast. In early 2022, Hasan Piker purchased a $200,000 Porsche. Now, as we all know, the Venn diagram of socialists and folks on the spectrum is damn near a circle. And what do these two groups have in common? They both love trains, but more broadly, public transportation. Hasan Piker, a socialist, would rather drive a gas guzzler than participate in the proletariat pastime of being chauffeured around by a 60-foot limousine. And the best part is, when you get to your destination of the red light district, the bus just leaves and you don't have to worry about parking it. Checkmate, socialist. Something happened the other day on the HasanAbi broadcast, which is ultimately the reason for me making this video. Hasan Piker reportedly likened Twitch streaming to the hardest job in the world. Are you kidding me? What is with this guy? Remember when he wore that shirt that said tax the rich? This guy is the rich. Why isn't he advocating for the taxation of himself?
If you're mad at me, tax me more. Tax people in my income bracket more.
The dangers of technology, folks. That was the most obvious AI video if I've ever seen one. And I haven't. Alright, here we have it. Here is the #1 Twitch streamer in viewership and—
Bro, no joke. I've seen a video, does the C word bit, but it wasn't a bit. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people who are unironically made videos about like how cracker is a slur and it's like really fucked up and I'm violent, virulent racist.
And paid memberships, admitting to the world that he thinks his job is the hardest in the world compared to all other occupations.
Twitch streaming is the hardest, most difficult, most dangerous job in the world.
There we have it, folks. Hasan Piker is not a real socialist. The system that he preaches day in and day out that he cannot even follow. We actually have a full clip of the incident as it took place. Here it is.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will. No. Social battery wise, unless you're in retail, it's very different. You're out of touch. I'm going to die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. I'm telling you, as someone who did both, 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing taps you out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably do physical labor. It would not bother me, but I can't do more social. That's my point. There are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people-pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like, I think, customer service type. But like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's what like sucks your social battery and you just tap out after it.
Dave, are you kidding me? We did this whole story based on a false clip. I put pants on for nothing.
Dealing with HasanAbi chat 9 hours a day. Yeah. By the way, it's great satire. I'm sure many people won't get it, which is great. My friend saw this clip out of context on TikTok and was like, that guy you like is a bad person, and it was so annoying. I mean, guys, you know what it is, okay? You know what the context is. Just tell people that it's fucking wrong. You know, hella haters reposting this right now. Good. I want them to. I want them to fucking subscribe to guys like North Star Radio who will use that momentum. You know what I mean? The only way to get out of this like mental jam that a lot of these people put forward, is basically if I was like a rich dude who never said that they were a socialist and was basically like a Ludwig. You know what I mean? Like, I never say I'm a socialist, and I'm just like a rich guy who's nice. And in that situation, most people who normally would fucking despise me would literally be sucking on my toes, being like, oh, this capitalist lord, he actually is not a socialist. He's a capitalist, but a good one. The system works. The system works, my lord. You are proving it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you just never say that you're progressive. You never say that you're a fucking socialist. You never say any of those things, and you just advocate for the things that you advocate for. Everyone would be sucking on my penis right now. Okay, that's it. That's why I always talk about how like it was an L for me to openly recognize what my and openly state what my actual political ideology is.